Hi, hello, and welcome everyone to the new episode of the Blade Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Durden, and I'm joined with my co-host,
Blake Williams.
And today's episode is very special. Blake, tell the viewers what it's about.
So the Emmanuel County 4-H banquet was held January 25th at the Varner 4-H Center, and their theme this year is Find Your Spark.
Today we will be interviewing 4 of the students who had a speech from the banquet, and they're going to tell us a little bit about how they found their spark. So, today we are joined with our first guest, Lawson Frye. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Well, how about you? First of all, let me ask you a question. When did you get into 4-H?
Let's see. 5th grade. So, on Friday. Every Friday, the 2 program directors, Miss Jakin and Miss Leslie, they would always come to our school and they would have a meeting with us. We would always talk about agriculture, being healthy, and upcoming competitions.
Okay. And did anything, because I remember when I was your age and they came into the classroom and they were introducing the idea to 4-H to us, was there a certain thing they said, a certain sentence, or a certain idea they presented to the class that really piqued your ears, that really wanted you to be in it?
Yes. It's probably the mini booth competition that they hold every year.
Mm-hmm.
Where you make the posters and your visual and then you get to present it. I always like that because it gives you a chance to be creative and show what you like to others.
Okay. Yeah, no, correct me if I'm wrong, but the mini booths are the ones that are at the fair, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I've seen those. I think you remember seeing all of those lined up. I've seen a lot of really, really creative ones out there. I can't remember exactly how it was done off the top of my head, but some of them were really interesting, and I was like, these 4-H students, they're smart.
Do you have a favorite booth?
Yes. Probably this past year, I did 9/11. It's really good. I got first on it. I made these towers out of wood, and I had a bunch of cool information.
Those are the ones at the JC fairs, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I've did one of those before. Those are really fun to do.
But speaking about the banquet from the other night, the speech you did, were you nervous?
A little bit. I've done things like this before, so I'm prepared. I was kind of prepared. I knew what to expect.
Okay. And when you made this speech, how long did it take you to come up with it?
I kind of did a little draft about a week and a half ago. It was the weekend, and I made a rough draft, and then a couple days after, my dad helped me change some vocabulary and reword some sentences, stuff like that. But we didn't make our final edits until literally the day before.
Yeah. That's how we operate.
That's usually how it goes.
Day before. But no, that's awesome. Would you like to share that speech with everyone?
Sure. Hello, my name is Lawson Frye, and I'm a 6th grade student at Emmanuel County Institute. 4-H's motto is to make the best better, right? Don't we all want to be better? I tried, and still to this day try, to be my hardest. I try my hardest to be the best student in my grade. 4-H has pushed me and provided that spark for me to become a better student in person. My first 4-H spark started on a Friday. Everyone loves Friday, right? In 5th grade, I liked Friday for a different reason than most, though. It was the day that Miss Jakin and Miss Leslie would come to our school and have a 4-H meeting with us. They would always talk about agriculture, being healthy, and the upcoming competitions. And let me tell you, I do enjoy competing. Those Fridays led me to participate in my first 2 competitions, Mini Booth and Cotton Bowl. Let me explain. My first year's Mini Booth was on soccer, and I worked hard enough to win an award. Cotton Bowl was next, and I was able to do a speech and participate in the consumer judging aspect of it. I was lucky enough to win awards with that as well. As I said, I enjoy competing, but I enjoy winning even more. These first few 4-H competitions truly sparked my interest and commitment in this wonderful organization. Since then, I've participated in as many competitions as I could. I was very unsure about poultry judging, but once I began practice, I was hooked. We were able to compete, and Crider Foods sponsored our team and later provided us with a celebratory dinner. I have learned that agriculture is an important part of all of our lives, and it can be fun. Not many organizations and clubs provide so many opportunities for young students to find their spark like 4-H. We are lucky to have such a great leadership team that helps each of us realize our potential in 4-H.
No, that was really good.
I have a question for you. At such a young age, what helps you public speak? Because I'm in college and I cannot stand public speaking.
Well, I started real young, but my technique, once I'm getting it written, I say it over and over and over as many times as I can in one day. I do that for about 2 or 3 days. Then it's memorized. Then comes the part like you gotta have certain hand motions and you have to project your voice. That is where my dad's conference room comes in handy.
Yeah.
I get to practice with a large space, and sometimes he'll have some people that'll come in there and watch me to help me practice. But really, it's just repetition for me. I just do it over and over and over to perfect it.
Yeah.
So you don't have stage fright
No,
for people?
not at all.
Really?
Well, that's special.
Yeah.
I'm nervous before the speech, but I'm never nervous during the speech.
Okay.
So you're more afraid of messing up the speech than the
Yes.
people itself. Okay.
That makes sense. Now, do you plan to take any of this knowledge and the skills that you have into like a future career? Like, have you thought about that?
Yes. I wanted to do something like a CEO of a business
Okay.
that has a business that's like engineering, something like that, where I get to speak in front of people, but I also get to do 2 other things that I love, which are math and science.
Wow. Honestly, I think just from meeting you, like I've only known you for about 6 minutes, but I can tell you have the drive and the knowledge and like the skills to. I think you can do that.
Thank you.
You are very talented.
Thank you.
Amazing kid. And one last question. What is one thing you would say to get kids to join 4-H?
Now, I think not many students are interested in it from a young age. So I think we need to provide more opportunities with technology, stuff like that, because I know that's what kids are into, and we have stuff like that. So I think that we should introduce stuff like that at a younger age. Now, I know stuff like shooting shotgun and the archery, that's kind of for younger, but that gets students excited about their future in 4-H. So I think we should introduce things like that to them when they're younger, because I know they didn't start coming in my classroom until 5th grade. So 4th, maybe even like the end of 3rd grade, they should start doing stuff like that and getting you excited for 4-H.
Right.
Well, thanks, Lawson Frye, for coming on the show. We appreciate having you. We hope you have the best future ahead of you. You already sound like you got the plan intact,
Really?
and thank you again.
Thank you for having me.
All right, everyone. We have our second guest today. We have Yasmin Rios. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm great, and we are joined with her dad.
Hey, Dane, how are you?
I'm really good.
Wonderful.
And start off by just asking you, how'd you get into 4-H?
Well, my siblings were always in it, so I've always seen them do like mini booths at the JC, and when they always prepare for DPA, so that's just where I got inspired. So I was like, hey, I'll join.
Yeah, so like, why not? Just
Yeah.
carry on. Might
Yeah.
as well.
And I got interested in it, so I started doing all the camps and stuff. So it was really fun.
Whenever you joined, other than just mostly doing it because, all your other siblings, really enjoyed it and they were involved. Like we were talking with Lawson, he said that when he was younger in like 5th grade and they came to his class and was presenting the idea of 4-H, was there something that they presented to you that was like, I want to join? Like this is something that sounds really fun, whether it be the Rock Eagle trip or archery or the mini boots or whatever.
Definitely 4-H, like the 4-H camp.
Yes.
Definitely that, because I was like, go out from Swainsboro for like a week and like go at Rock Eagle and spend time there. It was really fun. So that's what caught me to really join.
It's really enticing how they like presented it. I didn't really get too much involved with 4-H. I think when they first presented it, I got a little bit involved, but I just never did. But the Rock Eagle Camp is what really that's probably what got me to be in it. To be honest, if I can remember, that was a while ago. But anyways,
did you have a favorite mini booth that you did?
Yeah, actually, recently I did the one I just did this past year. I did one over learn a new language. And it was really fun doing. So it was my first time like actually doing it by myself. Like I went to go to the JC to put it on the board. I was like, Mom, I got this one.
Yeah.
So it was like that. I think that was my favorite one.
Oh, that's cool. So we know that on the banquet the other night you had a speech about finding your spark. Would you like to share that speech with us today?
Of course.
All right, go ahead.
I'm Yasmin Rios, an 8th grade Emmanuel County 4-H'er. When you have a goal in life, how far do you go to achieve it? Do you just imagine it, or do you... Oh, sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay. I'm Yasmin Rios, an 8th grade Emmanuel County 4-H'er. When you have a goal in life, how far do you go to achieve it? Do you just imagine it, or do you have your mind set into getting what you want? I'm a type of person to do everything I can to accomplish something I want. It doesn't have to be major. It can be small, like getting enough exercise or finishing an essay for school. I wake up and already have a mindset of, today will accomplish. For example, today, as I got ready to be here and deliver the speech to you, my mind was set to be confident, to depend on my preparation, and envision myself being successful. Sometimes, though, even when you know what you want, your journey to that place can be difficult. Yes, you are going to have some setbacks, or even some small failures, but you will get there if you do everything you possibly can without giving up. Today I'm going to share with you some of my biggest inspirations and why their determination motivates me to be my best. When I want to achieve something big, I think of people who have overcome obstacles in their lives to reach a goal. My parents, Zoltan and Alejandra, were from a small town in Mexico. Their son, my brother Chris, was just an infant when they made a decision to provide a better life for their family in the United States. My dad moved to Swainsboro, Georgia, and after 1 year of establishing a life for them, my mom and brother came to join him there. They did not know much English or a lot of people, but they grew to know the language, and my parents made many new friends at church and in their new community. They grew to love the town, their new home. My family grew, and 4 little girls were born into the family. Through the struggles of moving to a new country, the challenge of learning a new language, and the loneliness of knowing no one, they overcame adversity and instilled to their family that no goal was too high or no goal is unreachable if they put their mind to it and work hard. Chris is now 25 and is a graduate from Yale University with a degree of economics. He received a full ride to one of the best colleges in the United States. The second daughter, Alex, is now 23 years old and is a graduate from the University of Georgia, where she studied journalism. She started off her career in Washington State, but expanded a little more and is now a news reporter in Buffalo, New York. My mom was very supportive of her moving so far away, even though she misses her, but she knows her daughter is where she needs to be so she can be successful. Jessica, the third child, who is 22 years old, is a graduate from Emory University with a degree of economics. She began her career in North Carolina with Wells Fargo. Kimberly, who is 19 years old, is attending the University of Georgia, where she is studying business. Then there's me, this 14-year-old with these siblings that I do look up to, even if they do not know that. And I'm on my journey to try and accomplish going to the school of my dreams, Brown University. I'm heading towards it, and I hope to make them as proud as I am of them. What keeps me going is I think of my siblings and parents, because if they can achieve what they want, I can too. That was my parents' dream, to accomplish more, to be more, and to provide the best life possible in the United States. And they achieved that. And because of them, my siblings and I are able to achieve our goals too. And I think my parents are phenomenal for supporting us all along the way. To actually think about the process and everything you need to do to have confidence in yourself and knowing you will achieve it, to actually put in the work to obtain it, that's what makes a dream a goal. Make it something simple. Make it something difficult. At least make one. I want to go to all 7 continents in life, experience different environments, cultures, architecture and food, go to a good school with good grades, and have an excellent education, to see the world and be involved in any clubs I can join. These are all goals I want to succeed in, and I plan on doing so. Stephen Hawkins, the English theoretical physicist, once said, "However difficult life may seem, there's always something you can do and succeed at. So what will you do now?" My family's story has many more chapters to be filled. Ask yourself, what are your goals? But also, what is your mindset to achieve those goals? Do what you want. Pursue what you want. Take action to achieve your goals. Thank you.
Wow, that was really good.
Thank you.
Just like Lawson before you, you have a talent. Like, you're
Thank you.
really smart. Like, I know that might seem like a lot, but like just from hearing both of y'all's speeches, like that's something I don't think me or Blake could do.
So are you interested in doing a TED Talk?
Yeah, but like it's like that's something that, you know, when we see especially younger people present a speech like that, where it's, you know, like that's obviously you wrote that from the heart, like,
Yeah.
and that just means so much more about your character, and I think it's really impressive.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I know you mentioned you touched on it for a second, but is there anything that you're going to do with your future that involves the skills you learned from 4-H, like either public speaking or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. 4-H always, especially DPA, that's
Mhm.
where I get to expand my ability to say speeches, because that's where I
Right.
get to put my own creativity in it. So definitely 4-H helps me with my public speaking, because I get to practice more, and I know that will be very beneficial in the future. So
Right.
that's what happens in 4-H. That it helps me
Yeah.
a lot.
And your the career you want in the future, are you gonna be a public speaker, or is there like something you're more interested in?
You know, we'll see. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
a journalist somehow or
Mhm.
another. We'll see, but right now it's uncertain.
Yeah, I think whatever you find, you'll be out there. You know,
Yeah.
your voice will be heard, whatever it may be. I get that feeling from you.
Hopefully. Thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome.
Especially you said that you wanted to go places in journalism. They'll probably send you places
Oh,
to
yeah.
go find things. So.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely. Hopefully.
Is there anything that you would like to tell younger people that may want to join 4-H? Like give them a little bit of inspiration?
Yes, you should definitely do it, even though if you're uncertain about it. They'll make sure whatever you're interested in, there's a way to make a connection. You should definitely try it out. You would have tons of fun, make new friends, and you should try it. Trust me, you should.
Yeah,
You heard it here.
I think that's with all clubs in any school. If you get involved in clubs, then in my experiences, it made schoolway a lot more enjoyable. Like I wanted to go. Before
yeah.
that, I was just going to do the work and leaving. But clubs make it a lot better, and it definitely gives you a lot of connections, and it helps you network with people.
Yeah, and not only do you make friends with the people in your county or your school system, but you'll travel and you'll go places and you'll make friends from far away, and those are friendships that, you know, you'll always remember. So
That's right.
absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We appreciate you
you.
being
Thank
here.
you for
Thank both of
inviting
you,
me.
actually.
Thank you.
It's a good, awesome experience. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Of course. And today we have another guest here today, and it is Jack Williams. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing fantastic. So, let me get this started. How did you get into 4-H? What inspired you to join 4-H?
Well, actually, I was made to go to a cooking club that my mama made me to go when I was in 4th grade.
Oh, okay. And so that was dealing with 4-H. What exactly?
It was like safe food handling and stuff.
Okay. So you just got into it because you were forced into it, and then you actually enjoyed
I
it.
actually enjoyed it after I went.
Okay. Whenever, you know, what was the names? Leslie and
Miss Jakin.
yeah,
Yeah.
right. Were they when they came to your classroom and was presenting the idea of 4-H to you, you know, obviously after the fact that you were involved with it, did they say anything in those meetings that really piqued your interest to do more in 4-H, like a certain like activity or?
Well, it's different because I'm actually homeschooled.
Oh, okay.
So we actually have a special meeting for the homeschools.
Okay.
And back then, it was actually Mr. Jeffrey Burke. And he kind of helped me get along with it. And
Yeah.
It's just pretty cool.
Yeah,
The
I
way
didn't.
he got me into it.
I didn't know they had anything to do for like homeschool too. I never thought about that.
Do you like, or for the homeschool, is it nice to get out and meet people?
Very much so.
Yeah, I imagine.
So, your speech from the other night, would you like to share that with us?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Hi, I'm Jack Williams, but I hate public speaking. If it wasn't for 4-H, I wouldn't be able to talk in front of people. The very first 4-H meeting I ever went to, my mother made me go. She said it was for school. I'm homeschooled. She wanted me to make more friends and be around different kids. She knew all the other opportunities that 4-H would give to me. The summer cooking class taught by Miss Marnie Dequel and Mr. Jeffrey Burke, for some reason I loved. This was 8 years ago. I have loved every second of it. Because of 4-H, my public speaking, actually, I placed first in public speaking last year in project achievement with forestry and wood science. I mastered in 4-H and went to state congress. I was fortunate enough to go to national congress this past summer. The cooking class that I went to as a 4th grader sparked an interest in me in 4-H. I'm grateful for it, and I have met friends all over the state of Georgia and now all through the United States. Without 4-H, I don't know if I would have as many friends and wonderful memories of camps, DPAs, and so many trips. The 4-H motto is to make the best better, and 4-H has made me the best I can be. Thank you.
It was really good. I liked it. What I think when you said that you did the cooking class back in 4th grade and stuff,
Yeah.
did any of that spark an interest in for your future profession? Are you gonna do anything involved with cooking or public speaking?
Actually, this coming up year, I'm competing in public speaking with food safe handling and how to proper handle wild game.
Oh, okay.
wow.
That's something you're familiar with.
Have you ever skinned a deer?
Yes.
I'm about to say, I imagine you have. I'm just curious, is there something that you like cooking the most?
Yeah, I have a raccoon pot roast that I actually enjoy cooking.
I don't think I've ever had a raccoon in my life.
$10 says you have a raccoon hat at your house.
Yeah, maybe you need to bring that for us one day. I'd love to try it. Raccoon pot roast. That sounds pretty good. I mean, I've never had.
I thought you were talking about the hat.
Yeah. Let me try the hat on. Yeah, I'd love to try that.
Make sure it's authentic.
Yeah, I'd love to feel like Davy Crockett. But no, that's awesome. So what grade are you in?
I'm in 11th grade now.
11th grade. Okay, and then it doesn't. The 4-H stops when you.
Well, they have collegiate 4-H, which goes on through while you're in college, but it's still not the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Are you going to be doing that?
I'm not really sure. Probably not.
I got you.
Okay.
Well, is there anything you would like to say to anybody that might want to join 4-H?
Just try it and you'll find out you like it for sure. You'll definitely make new friends.
Sweet.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming out here today, man. We appreciate it.
Well, thank y'all for
Appreciate
having
it.
me.
And today we have our last guest, and it is Anna Kade. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
So let's get into this. So 4-H. How did you get into 4-H? When did it happen?
I got into 4-H in 9th grade through my mom telling me about all the things she had done, which pressured me to really get into it.
Mm-hmm.
I started out with helping out with junior DPA, which is the lower level kids doing their district project achievement. And then I did help with some workshops as well before I got into my district project achievement, the fair booths at the local area fairgrounds. Then eventually in 10th grade I did my first district project achievement.
Okay. So you pretty much joined because your mom was like, hey, you should join this because I enjoyed it.
Pretty much, and I did enjoy it, so.
Was there, now, were you homeschooled or did you attend public school?
I attended a private school at DEA.
Oh, okay. Did I keep forgetting their names.
Jacqueline and
Leslie?
Leslie.
Yeah. Did they come to DEA and have
They would
class
come a
days?
few times
Mhm.
and give us out the newsletter so we would know what would be coming up and when to turn in stuff for our projects that we were doing.
Right. Okay. Because I know at Swainsboro, because we both attended Swainsboro, they would come to our classroom, I think in the 5th grade maybe, and they were like, this is 4-H, this is what we have offering, and all this other stuff. When you were being involved in 4-H, was there a certain thing they had going on that was like, this is what I like to do, or what interests you?
For me, at first, it was doing the boards and the gourd decorating contest at the local fair because that was simple and interesting, and I could start out there to determine what I could like. After that, I got into poultry judging and did that for 2 years, and I decided I didn't like it. But then District Project Achievement came around, and it was fun because I could raise awareness for what I had.
Right. And speaking of raising awareness, would you like to tell everyone your speech?
Good evening. I would like to start with a quote from Abraham Lincoln. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me, and I didn't have the heart to let him down. Well, that is exactly what 4-H and the people associated with this organization have been to me. I will be honest with you, I don't like public speaking. I never have, and I never will. But here I stand. And you know why? Because of 4-H. 4-H has given me some of the most amazing experiences and opportunities I've yet to have. I would like to say thank you to Miss Jenkins, the staff at the 4-H office, the volunteers, and members of this wonderful foundation. You are the reason I am here. I admit in elementary school I wasn't looking to join, but thanks to my mom pushing me and telling me all the things she loved about 4-H, I gave it a try. First, it was helping with junior DPA, workshops, and fun trips. Then Miss Jenkins started talking about going to Rock Eagle for the weekend for the state leadership conference. Wait a minute. The whole weekend? I have never spent the night off from home like that. I was a nervous wreck, and we won't even begin to talk about the emotional wreck my mom was in. But you know what? Miss Jenkins and the others kept me motivated and reassured me I could do it. And it was awesome. I met new people, made friends, got to participate in group activities, and really experience the 4-H life. After that, before I could settle back down, there was talk of district project achievement, picking a topic, doing a portfolio, becoming a team leader. It never ended. I want to take a minute here to thank Miss Laura Moore. When she found out I was getting involved and participating more and more in 4-H, she became my biggest supporter. She's always encouraging me to do more and more and to learn more in 4-H. So I learned about DPA and how I needed to pick a subject and incorporate activities that would involve the topic. And on top of all that, do a speech in front of people. I thought, oh no, I draw the line at giving speeches. Long story short, 4-H members don't quit. I finally decided on a topic. You see, I was diagnosed with epilepsy at 10 years old, and boy had I learned a lot about this condition. So I got focused on educating about epilepsy and fundraising. For 3 years, 4-H helped me organize and lead an epilepsy awareness campaign and fundraiser in Emmanuel County. Each year, I use my activities and 4-H experiences to build a portfolio and give my DPA speech. Now, this isn't some Lifetime movie where then I won first place at DPA. Actually, I never even placed. But you know what? I was successful. I successfully gave a speech. I successfully raised over $18,000 for the epilepsy of Georgia. I successfully became team leader. And I successfully finished my high school career and started college, all thanks to 4-H and the people who love 4-H. Thank you.
That was really good. Honestly, for you to hate public speaking, I hate public speaking too. I couldn't do it. No. Like, I can talk in front of a camera all day because the thing I know is I can always edit it, and if it's wrong, I can redo it. But a public speech, you've got one shot. And for you to do that despite your fears, you're really brave for that. And honestly, I applaud you for that because that takes a lot.
And did you say $18,000?
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yes, $18,000.
How did you go about raising so much money?
It first started out in my school for the first year. We had change buckets given out to all the grades, and they could bring in money throughout the month of November. And at the end, we would count it up. Second year, we doubled the amount from the first year. Wow. And even on the third year, we still doubled, even with COVID.
Wow. That's crazy. That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll take any skills or things you've learned from 4-H into your profession or future? You know, maybe with public speaking or something like that.
I'll probably try to become more extroverted and try to make more friends because it helped me open up and meet new people. So
absolutely, yeah. And I'm assuming you still plan on raising money for epilepsy or in the future.
I will in the future, but right now I'm kind of just trying to go on with what's going to happen.
Right. Well, you want to ask your question?
So you said that your mother is the one who got you into 4-H, and I think Jack said his mother also got him into 4-H. What could you say to get somebody into 4-H?
I would suggest that they look into 4-H with stuff that they like, because if you like public speaking, District Project Achievement does have a category where you can compete for public speaking. If you're just getting into it at 5th grade, I would recommend maybe starting out with the boards at your local fair, and then maybe asking your extension office about what you could do next to become a member.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed your speech, and it's honestly, I don't know, it's for you to raise $18,000. That just shows that's a lot. Shows a lot about your character, and so I thank you for that. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode. We'd like to thank all of the guests that came out today to share their amazing speeches with us. They did a wonderful job. I was really just like in awe of how well they did. We'd also like to thank 4-H for providing these young kids and teenagers with the opportunity to learn and grow and to be able to become the successful people they are today. So, well, I guess that's it, everyone. As always, have a great day.